my name is Leebobawitz, and welcome back to Sound of Drop Fall into Poison. Last time we managed to get dragged down by some octopus, and we drowned in that room where the fish corpses were. So, this time we're not going to feel bad about Hamino, we're just going to be a terrible person and move forward. Going back is dangerous. I can't do anything by stopping here. I have to press on. And so I start towards the starry sky. I gaze in fascination to the right and left of me. If circumstances weren't what they are, I would have stopped and stared into each and every tank. The tanks are lined up all together, are beautiful enough, but each one is vivid like the night sky inlaid with jewels. Altogether there are 7 tanks. Each one holds a different type of jellyfish. Some with poison, some without, categorized by aspects such as where they live. They really are beautiful. I stop and stand in the very center, between the 3rd and 4th tanks. I wonder if the last time we came, these tanks were here. Nakanobi Mari, my little sister. I lean my back against one of the tanks and sit down. Whenever Mari's face appears in my mind, I lose all of my strength. If anyone saw me, I'd be embarrassed, but here and now in Mainton Aquarium, there's no one around. I heave a sigh and look up at the ceiling. For some reason, a large fan is revolving there. My memories of the last time we visited Mainton Aquarium aren't all bad. It was the first time in a long time all 4 of us had gone out as a family. Mari and I got along really well, and we always held hands as we walked. We would do things like play house or read picture books aloud. Mari was a bit more of a tomboy than I, so even though I was the older sister, she was the one who gave the orders. Since it was the first time the 2 of us sisters went to the aquarium, it was natural for us to be very excited. Just as one would expect, the first time Mari and I laid eyes on the creatures of the sea, we experienced fear, awe, and the sense of being deeply moved. These creatures we saw at that time have stayed with me as vivid memories. Happy memories. I still have plenty of them. But on such a special day of all days, Mari and I end up fighting. The rest proceeded just as I remember. Since then, my parents buy me anything I want. However, I changed as well, and I didn't really want anything anymore. Greed itself seemed to decline for me, and I never really got excited for anything. That's why, when my mother brought me these boot sandals, I was happy. I was fascinated by their nostalgic ultramarine color. About 1 year after Mari disappeared, she stopped coming up in conversation. I don't know if my mother and father had accepted it as a tragic accident, or if the sadness had slowly faded, but my new normal had begun. I had become an only child. But that is nothing more than an excuse I can't escape from. Mari, you're here, right? Finally, it seems my strength has returned, and I stand up. Even though I asked, no answer will come. The thundering ventilation fan in the ceiling is the only sound I can hear. It was almost at the same time I stood up. Ah! Yeah! A crack appears in the glass of the tank behind me. Since the glass doesn't make any noise when it splits, I realize it's broken when water splashes on my rear end. Water continues to flow out, gradually spreading to my feet. The amount of water from the tanks is more than just puddles after a heavy downpour. Along with the water flowing forth, the jellyfish that had been in the tank until a moment ago float out. In order to avoid contact with the water already soaking my sandals, I step back from the puddles without looking away. How? Why? As if to play further with my already bewildered mind, the tank behind me also cracked. Oh, so this is just a possessed aquarium. That's nice. That's nice. Please stop. Please stop. This time I hear high-pitched noises of glass cracking. Following that, the tanks are each destroyed in turn. Being stuck in the middle of a passage, water is closing in on me from all sides, leaving me pressed in between. The edge of the water is steadily drawing near. What should I do? The words that slide from my mouth also flow away with the water. The colors of the tanks that had once been so vibrant now seem eerie to me. Among these jellyfish are poisonous ones. Even worse, some of them are fatal. On thinking that, my legs begin to shake with fear. No. But no matter how frightened I become, I know I can't sit down. As if the area I'm in is shrinking, water and jellyfish are both heading towards me, and it's impossible for me to touch the floor. I have no choice but to run straight through. No, I can't think of anything. Let's save. That's the next big question. Okay. Which one's gonna get me a death scene? I want a death scene. No, I can't think of anything. I'll just stay here and get killed. No, I can't think of anything. I'm becoming panicked. If I don't calm down with my thoughts swirling around so frantically, I'm getting even more confused. It's a vicious cycle. My sandals are getting dirty. It isn't the first thing that occurs to me, but regardless, it's the only clear thought. The puddles of water are gradually drawing closer, and I can't feel anything from the strange jellyfish. I feel my heartbeat speed up as my chest starts to hurt from nervousness. Oh, they're moving towards you. At this point, I have to run through without worrying about my sandals. Though they are sandals, the soles are strong. As long as the jellyfish don't jump, I probably won't get stung. Little by little, the safe spots are disappearing. I tightly pull my legs together, which makes me stagger. Yeah! I let out a small scream and straighten up a bit. With nothing behind me to lean against, I'm just about cornered. I wonder if I'll die of jellyfish poison. Rocked by waves of blended nervousness and fear, I carelessly entertain that line of thinking. The meter gauge of my fear must be in full tilt. I think with cool self-depreciation. You! From earlier! Huh? A sudden yell confuses me. Upon looking in the direction of the voice, I see the door has been thrown open by a man, and a man is standing there. Shoot! Why are your feet exposed? Ah! Can't be helped! That is definitely Hiyoshi-san. The man we had called names and is now gently removing his shoes and tossing them back over to me. My mind races as I catch them. They are thick-soled boots. Put these on and make your way over here. All the jellyfish floating there have deadly poison. Be careful. Oh, this was the good. Okay, hold on. I'm going to save. I'm going to go to the death scene. I really want to go to the death scene. I have no choice but to run straight through. I no longer have time for doubt. At a glance, the door from the opposite side is closer than the one I came through. From here, the distance isn't too far to the interior door. Running at top speed should get me within reach of that one. I hesitate for a moment. Then, gritting my teeth, I take off running. It's no more than 10 meters. It is a distance that should pose no trouble, even for someone like me who tested below average in physical endurance. I'd run about 5 meters. Just having passed the 6th tank, I fall full force on my back. The floor is wet, so one might say this should have been expected. No, this is disgusting. The water soaks through my skirt and quickly soaks my... Oh, come on. The tank water is in direct contact with my skin on my rear. It's cold and wet and uncomfortable. When I put my hand on the floor and try to stand up, I discover the action of my mistake. Oh, you got stung! I squeeze my eyes shut at the pain. It feels like I've been stabbed by a cold metal needle. No, it doesn't just feel like it. I have been stabbed by something. Have I been stung by... Shaking, I lift my line of sight to my hands. Jellyfish is covering my right hand. At that moment, I get upset that I can't feel the coldness of the water around my right hand. I got stung. What do I do? Someone! The pamphlet introduced... Oh, gosh, dang it. Man of War. Oh, that's like the worst one! But it has to be poisonous to be called that. There have also been incidents of fatalities, poison. What do I do if I've been stung? Do I clean it? Is it bad? Do if I don't clean it? I can feel my pulse quickening. I wonder if it's the poison making its way through me. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? When I try to will myself to calm down, my impatience ramps up. Someone help me! Blech. Oh, vision's getting blurry. Oh, I think you're dead. Trying to use my pulsating right hand to support myself, I slide in the puddle and can't stand. It hurts. It really hurts. I put water on the area where I had been stung in an attempt to rinse it out. However, the opening of the wound stings and startles me. I need fresh water. Trying to apply pressure to the vein, I tightly grip the area where I had been stung. Dad! Mom! Amino! Mari! Wanting to be saved, I call out as loudly as I can. However, in reality, my voice has already grown hoarse. The corners of my eyes grow hot, and from the fall individual droplets. No, I'm going to die. My voice is no longer really a voice at all. Ah! Before long, an electric shock runs through my right hand. The subsiding of the intense pain brings my senses back to me. but my voice will no longer come out, except when I try to think of something. Nothing happens except a sensation of pain whirling inside me that fills me to the brim. Unable to control my body, I fall to the ground. First my head, then my chest, from my stomach to my feet. Having fallen on my face, half of my body is submerged in water. My heartbeat quickens. I become acutely aware of the flow of my blood. Oh, unable to stand it, I vomit. The idea of being able to endure it no longer occurs to me. Even so, the poison won't be expelled from my body. My entire being becoming numb is proof that my blood has been pumping so quickly it has worn down my veins. Wanting to rinse out the remaining vomit of my mouth, I suck in water. It tastes like salt. Within my body, I'm struggling with all I have. On the outside, my shells long exceeded the limits of its stamina. Blood is soaking through the caterpillar's capillaries in my eyes, and the puddles spreading on the floor are pierced with red. Gradually, I stop feeling my blood flow. Is it because my heart has stopped, or because my consciousness has disappeared? Either way, my consciousness stops and fades into the darkness. With the same simplicity that a ventilation fan spewing out cold air, my breath is evacuated from my body. When I come to, I'm still gazing into the cylindrical tank vicinity, thinking nothing other than, I wonder if something's in there. I just stare into the tank. I have neither the urge to call out nor the desire to walk away, merely the sensation that my consciousness alone is floating along the rippling. Why on earth am I here anyway? What have I come here to do? Whether I can't remember or there was just no reason from the beginning. Familiar girl. The jellyfish are pretty, especially this jellyfish. Its color is so bright. The voice that starts talking right in front of me catches my attention for some reason. I feel like I've heard it before somewhere. Well, who is it? I'm unable to remember clearly, seeing only a wavering face that won't come into focus. Anyway, Mayu, where did she go? Mayu? That girl, she talked like she was looking for someone. Poor thing. If she's lost someone here, she probably won't find them. Wait a second. Where is this to begin with? Swaying, softly, softly. Oh, the thing with the people being in the... When they die, they go to the jellyfish tank. Gradually ceasing to care, my consciousness melts into the water. You're a jellyfish now. Is that what happened? My form. I'm guessing you turned into a jellyfish. Oh my gosh, like the urban legend they were talking about earlier. Yep. A bad end. Well, now we're getting to the game where we can actually get bad ends. So, there we go. Because remember at the very beginning of the whole debacle, Hamina was like, oh, and when people died, like one more jellyfish is added to the tank. Awesome. That's where I was. I take off my sandals and put my feet into the boots just as he tells me to. The size doesn't fit at all, and they are way too big, but not so big I can't walk in them. I cautiously take a step, and confirming it's all right, take my second and then third steps towards him with my sandals in one hand. Thank you very much. I would have turned into a jellyfish had it not been for you. You can thank me later. For now, don't look around. Just come towards me. I know my breathing is increasingly rough, and I get a little embarrassed. However, knowing my concessions will have to be made, I walk through the water and over the jellyfish. When I step on a jellyfish, I feel the squishing sensation through the shoes and shudder. Yeah, that's gross. There are shards of glass in the puddles, and that makes me want to thank Yoshi-san for being considerate enough to lend me such strong shoes. And not wearing sandals to an aquarium. I mean, I know it's kind of oceany and it's like the beach, but it's not. Because if this happens, make sure you always wear closed-toed shoes, kids. Sandals are unsafe and you'll die from jellyfish poisoning. And then you'll turn into a jellyfish. That's no good either. I can walk the remaining meter. Yoshi-san seems fairly close. Adjusting my breath, I carefully take the remaining 3 steps. Ah! There is no mistake. In my carelessness, I have overlooked a transparent jellyfish at my feet. Even though I can't see it, I can clearly feel it. The baggy boots I'm wearing throw off my balance. At this rate, I will end up on my butt. If I fall now, all of the help I have received will be for nothing. Watch out! However, my body is supported by some strength that pulls me back. Yoshi-san's right hand has grabbed onto my left wrist. It was a close one. Just like that, I had been pulled out of the room with the broken tanks. As soon as I was out of danger, Hiyoshi gave a mighty pull and shut the fire door. Oh, are we back in the bad room? Why are we back in the bad room? Please tell me we're not back in the bad room. Oh, we're not back in the bad room. Very cool. All right. I'm going to have to end that there. Sorry, we're going to have to figure out what Kenji and Mayumi are going to say in the next episode. Hope you're liking this. I'm probably going to try and get every bad end just because I really like to see like the whole story. So if that's not your thing, I'll be sure to leave little like annotations so you can skip ahead just for like the whole like actual legit story. I know there's like 4 real story endings, like good endings. So I don't know if I'll get them all, but I know I want to get at least one good end and as many bad ends as I can get. So anyway, if you're liking the series, show that like button some love. And yeah, if you're enjoying the series, show that like button some love. And if there's any games that you think would be really cool for me to play or that you just think are cool in general, leave them in the comments below. And I hope you have a wonderful day. If it's night wherever you are, hope you have a wonderful night. See you soon. Bye!